Um, Here's a question that somebody texted me recently. Rabbi, can we throw out kippas that we no longer need, or do they go into Rabbi Wecker's office? Oh no, or they go into Shema. Didn't hear me. Okay. Um, but anyway, and so the question is, do I throw them out, or do they get buried? The second question was, same question with old mezuzah cases, not the scroll, not the cloth. You can't throw those out, right? So that was their question regarding kippas and the mezuzah case. So there are different categories, levels of holiness, and based on that, that's how we tend to the product, to the object, after we're done using it, if we want to dispose of it. So things that have items that have God's name in it are considered especially holy, and those we need to bury, and we need to bury them not only in a plastic wrapping, but like in hard plastic or even earthenware, and preferably even with like a Tamid Chacham, with a scholar that has passed away. So those are like the most strict ones, and that's like a mezuzah parchment, the parchment itself, scrolls of Torah, Nevi'im, and Ketuvim, the Sefer Torah scroll. Okay, those are like the strictest. The next level of holiness is it's like a level down, printed texts, and also, which is very interesting, items that were used to beautify or to support the first level of holiness. So I'll give you an example. Benchers and zemiros, they're printed out, so you need to bury them. They're buried though in plastic. Just you wrap them up in plastic, you can bury them wherever. In a cemetery. You don't need to be buried in a specific place. Or it could also be, let's say, the binding for Sifrei Kodesh, right? The binding even, because that supported it. Another example would be a tefillin bag, because that held the tefillin that had God's name in it. The Arona Kodesh, an amulet holder that had God's name. The amulet had God's name in it. And in our case, a mezuzah case. Mezuzah case held the parchment within it. So that would need not to be buried like the first level, but here wrapped up and buried. That's that. One more level. There's two more levels, but one more level in terms of holiness, in terms of things that were that had names written in them, are things that held that held the holiness. So I'll give you an example. The plastic bag that holds your talis, that holds your tefillin bag. Okay, we said the tefillin bag holds the tefillin, so that would be considered tashmish kedusha, like you should bury that in plastic wrapping. But the plastic bag that held the other bag, that's not considered. You don't need to put that in shemos. You need to like bring that to Rabbi Wecker's office, although people do. A few other examples of things that don't have inherent holiness in them are a kippah, a gartel, a bookmark which is used in a book, pictures of gedolim. Okay, we should have reverence for these objects, but you can dispose of a kippah if you want. Maybe do it in a plastic bag or whatever, but you can put it in the trash can when you're done with it. Although it feels weird to say that, right? Because like when your kippah falls off, you pick it up, you put it on, but you don't necessarily need to bury it with the other items. There's one more category, which I'll just say it overall, is not talking about objects that were connected in any way to objects that have the names of God in them, rather things that were used for a mitzvah. Okay, so like let's say you used your esrog, or used a lulav, or those types of items. Those need to be disposed in a respectable manner, but they don't need to be buried. So you can wrap them up in plastic and put them in the trash, or you can. When I was living in Israel, people would just like put their lulavs next to the trash area, and I guess someone will come and pick it up or something. They didn't throw it out themselves. Specifically. So those are the different categories. So that was the answer. In terms of mezuzah case, the mezuzah case doesn't have God's name in it, but it carried something that had God's name in it. So it should be buried. With regard to a kippah, they didn't have to bury that. Check off.